All right, didn't know what video to make today, so I decided let's just do an MVP team build, but I'm also going to use Cy Young winners because not a lot of pitchers have won MVP. There's only two that currently play in Justin Verlander and Clayton Kershaw. I'm only using players that are still playing today, so that's why you're not going to see like A-Rod, Morneau, Barry Bonds, etc., etc. So I'm keeping it till today's players, and we're going to do an MVP one season sim to see if they can still win a World Series. I went through the Cy Young winners for the last couple, and then I also went to the Reliever of the Year award to kind of get like the best of the best for the last couple seasons. So I kind of went with like the MVP of like the outfield players, pitchers, and then relievers, if you get what I'm saying. So that's what we're doing today. If you enjoyed today's video, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. And as always, in the comment section, let me know future videos you want to see. You guys can probably see it. Janky light in the background. I need to order a new light. It's starting to fall over. It's literally propped against that door right there. So yeah, let's just hop into the video. If you missed the last video, it's on screen now. Go and give it a watch if you missed it. If you missed it, what are you doing? Go pause this video. Go watch it. And then all social media links are down in the description below. Go and follow them if you haven't yet. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that stuff. So I'm going to go get the roster all set up. Make sure everyone's where they need to be. And I'll show you this MVP squad. All right, so let's take a look at MVPs, Cy Youngs, Reliever of the Years, whatever you want to call it. Starting pitching, we got DeGrom and Scherzer. Oh, whoa, that's my dog. He needs to take a chill pill. DeGrom, Scherzer, Verlander, Kershaw, and Snell, all Cy Young winners. Then my dog is still bothering me. I'll see if I can get there. That's the distraction right now. There he is. All right, so here we go. Here's the team. DeGrom, Scherzer, Verlander, Kershaw, and Snell. Then we got the relief pitchers. There's nobody because we went straight to the closers. We got Chapman, Hader, Kenley Jansen, Craig Kimbrell, and then we got Edwin Diaz. So a lot of closers, no long reliever or anything like that. I just went with Cy Young winners and then relievers of the year, like reliever of the year. So we went with like both AL and NL. Some won 2 times in a row, so that's kind of why I went with certain players over the others. So catcher, there's only like one catcher that's currently still playing. That's Buster Posey. First baseman, there's a bunch. You got Votto, Braun, Miguel Cabrera, Albert Pujols, and I know Braun is technically an outfielder still. I think he's gonna play left field. He can play third base. He can play first base. So he's at first base for this one. Second base, there's Altuve and Pedroia. I won't mention Altuve. You know, maybe, you know, who knows? Maybe he's got a little buzzer there. Josh Donaldson at third base. No shortstops. The last shortstop to win the MVP was Jimmy Rollins, I believe it was. Left field, you got Stanton. Center field, you have Trout and McCutchen. And then in right field, you got a bunch of different options with Yelich, Betts, Bryce Harper, and Ichiro Suzuki. I threw him in there because he was like the oldest one that was still remaining. So I had to throw him in there. This is going to be the lineup. First base, I don't really know if I want to go with like Miguel Cabrera or Joey Votto. This isn't the order. I haven't really like, you know, messed with it too much. We might go something like that. We might move Altuve up a little bit, maybe put Harper here, Yelich there. You know, not really sure just yet. We might even do something like this. This is kind of what I'm working with. Maybe even move Altuve down. You know, who knows? I really don't. But this is the team. The only change that'll probably happen is the DH will go to Giancarlo versus left-handed pitchers. That's really about the only change that I would do, especially since we don't really have a shortstop. So Altuve has to play shortstop. So that's the team. This is what we're working with. I like it. I think it's going to be a really solid team to like do well in a sim, in a franchise. So again, 1 year sim. Let's see if we can win something. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. All right, so we're about to hit September. That's the month, the last month of the season. So we're about to hit that. We're already at 100 wins. So I mean, the MVP squad is actually doing, you know, what they're supposed to do, and that's win games. That's what you kind of expect from a team that is this good. 124-38, taking on the winner of the wild card. So we'll see what happens. So Mike Trout had the most triples and the best WAR, and then pitching wise, we had some pretty solid pitchers there. Awards, We had MVP was Jacob deGrom, so I'm assuming he won Cy Young as well, Gold Glove. And then there's the Cy Young. And then we had the Delivery Man of the Year in Chapman. So there we go. Standings wise, we're number 1 in baseball, 1 for contact and pitching, 2nd in power, and 4th in defense. We're pretty slow though, 29th overall. We won the division by 25 games, and the Tigers were last. They were behind in 72 games. So let's take a look, see how the bullpen did. Pretty happy with that. Someone was sent down, right? No, that's all the players I had. I think so. Yeah, that's all the bullpen arms that I had. So Chapman was absolutely disgusting. 49 saves, only 2 blown, had a .65 ERA and a 7.7 whip. Hader did well, like really good. Kimbrel was yikes, and then these 2 guys held it down. Perfect. Looking at our pitching, DeGrom was absolutely gross. Scherzer not too bad either. Kershaw was really good. Verlander was outstanding. Between him and DeGrom, they had identical. Oh, his whip was a little bit lower, just a little bit lower. How did he not win Cy Young? Yeah, I think Verlander should have won it. Maybe the strikeout numbers are a little bit different. Yeah, 30 different, like 30 more strikeouts for DeGrom, but a better win-loss record and a better whip for Verlander. Interesting. And then Kershaw and then Snell. So absolutely insane pitching from the Cy Young winners. On the bench, you guys can see Pujols didn't get a single at bat all year. McCutchen only had 2. Stanton had quite a few, as he was like our DH platoon outfielder. And you got Ichiro, who even got 10 at bats, and he hit 300 throughout the year. So perfect. You got Mookie Betts, 30 home runs, 92 RBIs, a 313 average. Solid numbers. 327 for Harper, 28 home runs, 100 RBIs, a 1034 OPS. That's insane. Mike Trout hit 40 home runs, almost 125 RBIs, 13 triples, 32 doubles. So many extra base hits right there. 1039 OPS. That's just insane. There's so many extra base hits. That's just gross. Yelich had almost 40 home runs, 38 doubles, 7 triples. That's a lot of extra base hits as well. Josh Donaldson, 303 average with 40 home runs. Okay, I see you. Jose Altuve, 26 home runs, 104 RBIs. I'll take that. Is that number? We got a lot of 100 RBI guys. Pedroia actually didn't do too bad. I wasn't expecting much for Pedroia, but 12 home runs, 24 doubles, and a 286 average. That's not terrible at all. Joey Votto hit 310, and then you got Buster Posey hit 244. He was like our worst hitter out of the lineup, but that's insane numbers. So let's take a look. We're taking on the Indians in the wild card, or they're the wild card winner, so we're taking on in the first round of the postseason, and we swept them. Easy as you like. To be honest, I'm not even going to move the pitching rotation around because every single pitcher is really good. So I have a feeling we'll be fine. And we did lose a game. And we're going to game 7 in the ALCS against the Red Sox. So that's not great because that usually means we're going to lose. DeGrom and Scherzer have both been absolutely rocked, but I still have faith in them. Probably should have swapped out those 2 tired guys, but we'll be okay. So let's see how this goes. We're taking on Nathan Eovaldi. I would hope we absolutely rock him. I would hope we would be able to because it's Nathan Eovaldi versus Jacob deGrom as Benintendi ties it up with the solo shot. And as I say that, there we go. We get a couple runs in. It's starting to get a little nightmarish for them. As I say that, bases were loaded and we were lucky to get out of that jam. But 6-1, things are looking pretty solid. DeGrom's probably going to give us like what, 6-7 innings. Altuve goes deep. It's 7-1 now. We're going to get out of that jam. All right, perfect. Things are looking really good. Bases are loaded with only 1 out. Josh Donaldson brings in 1. Altuve clears the bases with a triple. It's 11-1. And it's looking like that is going to be the end. I'm going to take out DeGrom before things get a little out of hand. Hader's going to come in. Boom. Inning over. And it's looking like I'll just let Hader close it out. Maybe? No? I guess we'll go to Chapman. And it's 11-4. Things could get really interesting really quickly. Thankfully, we won that game and we're taking on the Nationals. And here we go. Nationals. DeGrom day 1 probably shouldn't do that. Let's swap it up. We'll make him day 2. Here we go. Against the Nationals, we take the first one. We take a loss in the second game. Okay. We win the third. We win the 4th, and the final game to win the World Series. Okay, we lose that one. There it is, 7-0. Scherzer with the win against Patrick Corbin, and we won the World Series. You guys can see the playoff picture there. It got a little interesting versus the Red Sox. Like, ooh, even the bases loaded in that last inning, that got a little shaky with the Red Sox. But playoff MVP was Josh Donaldson, and World Series MVP. He had 5 home runs, 7 in total throughout the entire postseason. So he did his job. Pitching wise, Scherzer did well. DeGrom struggled a little bit. Kershaw was lights out. Verlander struggled a little bit as well, and then Blake Snell was really solid. Looking at our bullpen, everyone did their part. These 2 guys, you know, got a little rocked here and there, but nothing too crazy. Our bench, not a lot of at-bats for many people, but Stanton did very well. And then Miguel Cabrera wasn't terrible, you know, but yeah, whatever. We're mostly, you know, looking for these stats. And I mean, when you look at it, Bryce Harper was a little quiet. He still hit 3 home runs though. 7 for Trout with a 343 average. 406 is just gross for Josh Donaldson. That's insane. Altuve, same thing, 423 average. 246 for Pedroia. Votto was a little quiet, and then so was Posey. But I mean, when you got Trout, Betts, Harper, Yelich, and Josh Donaldson leading the squad, I don't think it really matters. That's the team. That's the MVP squad, the MVP team build, whatever you want to call it, rebuild. There's some Cy Young winners thrown in there as well as some reliever of the years. It's basically like the MVP of, you know, the pitchers and position players. So I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. And as always, guys, in the comment section, let me know future videos you would like to see. All social media links in the description: Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Go and give them a follow if you haven't already. And on screen now are going to be 2 videos, my most recent and also one that YouTube recommends you check out. If you haven't watched either of them, go and give them a watch. And I'll catch you all in the next video, guys. Peace.